What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Magic Game Center. I'm Magic Official, and I'm going to be talking about how to start the game in Pokemon X or Pokemon Y. What are a few tips that you can use in order to begin the game? And this is for like the first 10 minutes. Now, if you've already had Pokemon X or Y for a while, this video won't help you. Or if you're not even thinking of getting the game, this video won't help you much. It's not a review. This video is just talking about what to do in the first 10 minutes to start your adventure on a good note. And today I'm going to be joined with Mrs. Shadowcat. Oh, she's not. Oh, hi. Okay, go sit down. This is Shadowcat. She is a Pokemon master.
But you're better though. Even though I've been
Ever
playing.
since she's been playing like almost every game since Fire Red. So, and she's a master. So she knows her stuff. She knows how to start the game pretty well, and we're just going to be giving some tips. So, you barely got your 3DS, you barely got your copy of Pokemon X or Pokemon Y. By the way, this is, like I said, it's not a review. And if you want to know the distinctions between these two games, I made another video about that with Shadowcat also. That will be in the description down below, where I'm talking about if you haven't gotten one of these yet, which one to get if you're planning on getting one. So check that out. Alright, so what to do in the first 10 minutes. Sorry I don't have gameplay footage. It's because I don't have a capture card for my 3DS, but I'm thinking of ordering one. Anyways, so you start your adventure, you put in your name, you choose your gender, you choose your skin tone, blah blah blah. Then you meet your mom, you find out she's a Rhyhorn racer. Okay, fast forward a little bit. Now in this game, the Pokemon Professor does not give you your starter Pokemon. In most games, the Professor gives it to you. She or he gives you 3 Pokeballs and you choose which one. In this one, it doesn't. Instead, save your game. Save your game right before you're about to have dinner with the new kids that you're hanging out with. This is like your entourage. And if you can't hear me well, it's because there's wind and it's probably going to muffle up the microphone right now. Anyways, this is like a group of your friends and your rivals during your Pokemon journey. So, what you need to do is you're going to go up in the city, and then you're going to have to save your game right before you have dinner with them, because that's where you're going to get your starter. Now, there's 3 starters in Pokemon X and Y. There's Fennekin, which is named after a Fennec fox.
Fire type.
It's a fire type.
Chespin.
And
The grass
there's
type.
Chespin. It's a grass type. And there's Froakie. That's a water type. Now let's talk about each and what are the repercussions or choices of choosing any of them. Okay, so obviously if you like a certain type more than others, if you want a water, if you want a fire, okay. If you want water, go with Froakie. If you want fire, go with Fennekin. If you want grass, go with Chespin. But let's also talk about what happens if you choose each one. So first, let's talk about the evolutions. Now, when Fennekin evolves, Fennekin's the one I chose, it ends up becoming a fire and psychic type.
Braixen.
It evolves into Braixen, evolves into Delphox.
Ever Elegance right there.
Yeah, they look really, really pretty in their evolutions. So, it's a really pretty Pokemon, and when it evolves, it's no longer just fire, it's fire and psychic. So, that's really good to train. You can teach it Hypnosis, you can teach it Psychic, Psyshock, stuff like that. So, it's not just a fire type. Now let's talk about the one you chose. You chose Chespin.
Yes, I chose Chespin, the grass type. Even though I wanted Fennekin, but you chose it first.
Haha.
But yeah, I chose Chespin, and it looks like a little boy. But yeah, it's grass type. Its evolutions, they're pretty badass, but then again, they're really ugly too. That's my opinion.
They are really
It
ugly.
evolves into Quilladin or Kiadin, however you want to pronounce it, and then to Chestnut.
Chestnut looks absolutely nothing like Chespin.
Nothing at all. Chespin's adorable.
Chestnut is basically like Turtwig's evolutions, but white and standing up.
Yeah, it has like spikes coming out of its.
Yeah,
its
it looks like an Ankylosaurus, like how Turtwig did back in Diamond and Pearl, if you've ever played those games. But it looks like an Ankylosaurus that's white and has like bushes on its back, but it doesn't look very good.
Not at all, but it's still badass though.
It is.
I like its
It's really strong, but it just doesn't look pretty. All right, and now let's talk about Froakie, which is I didn't choose it. My brother chose it. He has Pokemon Y, but Froakie probably has arguably the best final evolution of all of them. I did not know this until later after I had chosen Fennekin, and after I was pretty far in the game, I found out what Froakie's final evolution is.
Greninja.
And it's Greninja. It evolves into Frogadier, and then it evolves into Greninja. Now, Frogadier looks similar to Froakie, but Greninja is just freaking awesome. Greninja, now, Greninja, no, it's a water and dark type, but it's not stuck to that. Now, if you're playing, here's one of your tips that I'm going to tell you about. But okay, if you pick Froakie, here's one of the reasons you're going to have to save your game right away.
Mm-hmm.
Keep resetting your system. Like when you pick Froakie, check the summary. Check the summary and make sure its special ability is Protean. If it's not Protean, reset your 3DS and keep resetting it until it gets Protean. Reason why is because Protean changes your types depending on what moves you're using. So say you're using U-turn. Froakie will turn from a water and dark type into a bug type. Or if you have the special hidden fire, hidden power, it turns into a fire type. Yep. So say you're opposed with a Chestnut. Froakie's water type, it's weak to Chestnut, isn't it? Well, if it has Protean and it has the special fire hidden power, it turns into a fire type, suddenly it's super effective against Chestnut. Or if you're faced with somebody else and you want to become if you're faced with an electric type Pokemon and you want to become a ground type, well, Greninja can learn ground type moves, and if it has Protean, it turns into a ground type. That electric type isn't super effective against you anymore. It doesn't even affect you anymore. And you can attack it. So Greninja, if you pick Greninja, keep resetting it until you get Protean. If you pick Froakie, just remember that. Keep resetting your game. That's why you have to save it before the dinner. Keep resetting your game until you get Protean as the special ability. It is awesome. Now there's another reason why you'll want to reset, even if you don't pick Froakie. If you pick Fennekin, or if you pick Chespin, you'll still want to reset for another reason, and you could go ahead and explain this one.
It might not make a difference, but female starters are considerably rarer than male starters.
Mm-hmm.
So you would want to try to get a female starter, because, I mean, who doesn't want rare Pokemon?
Exactly. Rare female Pokemon are really rare. What is it, 12.5% chance of getting one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so most of the time when you start the game, you're going to get a male. How you can tell the difference between male and female is when it asks you, do you want to nickname this Pokemon? You choose yes or no. And if it's a blue arrow, it's a boy. If it's an upside down cross in red, it's a girl. So keep resetting it until you get a girl because it's rare. It's hard to get girls. It took me almost 12 tries to get a female Fennekin. But I think it's worth it. I mean, it doesn't make any difference in stats. It's not stronger or weaker than a male. But it's just nice to have it.
Oh,
and sometimes they look different too.
Mm-hmm.
So like my Fennekin looks different than a male Fennekin, and mine's prettier.
It looks more feminine, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Try to imagine a female fighting type like Machoke. It doesn't look nice, does it? So yeah, in that case, you don't want a male fighting type.
Yeah, but there's no fighting male starter, so that doesn't really make a difference. Now, there's another thing to notice when you pick your starter. Depending on which starter you get, will be the outcome of which legendary bird you find in the game. You'll only find one of the 3 legendary birds of Kanto. There's Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. Articuno's ice, Zapdos is electricity, Moltres is fire. Depending on which one you pick is the one you'll find. So if you pick Chespin, you'll get Articuno. If you choose Fennekin like I did, you'll get Moltres. And if you Zapdos, my bad. If you pick Froakie, you get Moltres. So, depending on which legendary bird you get, is based on which starter you want. So if you want Moltres, you're going to go with Froakie. If you want Articuno, you're going to go with Chespin. If you want Zapdos, I like Zapdos, you're going to go with Fennekin.
You said it looks like an angry female.
It does look like an angry old lady.
But you won't be finding any legendary birds until after you defeat the Elite Four.
Yeah, that's way later in the game, but that is determined early in the game which one you'll find.
And they're roaming Pokemon too.
Yeah, so here's another tip. You're going to get a Master Ball sometime in the game. Don't waste that. Do not waste that on your legendary, okay? So if you have if you pick Pokemon X, you're going to get Xerneas. If you pick Pokemon Y, you're going to get Yveltal. And when you finally get time to catch them, you're going to be really tempted to use that Master Ball, but don't. Do not use it, okay? Because they are super easy to catch. It's kind of a shame that they made the legendaries so easy to catch in this game.
Took me 2 tries only.
Yeah, like me. Okay, this is exactly what my battle with Xerneas went through. Okay, I hit Xerneas once. I threw a normal Pokeball at it. Not a Master Ball, not a Great Ball, not an Ultra Ball. A normal Pokeball. It broke out. Okay, I threw another normal Pokeball without hitting it again. Just threw it. It got caught.
Well, the point is you have to catch it.
Yeah, that's why. Because you have to catch it for the story, so they made it super easy for you to catch it. Now, there are other legendaries in the game that are really hard to catch. Like Mewtwo's harder to catch. Zygarde is harder to catch. So for those, you might want to use Great Balls. But save your Master Ball for the roaming legendary bird. Because it won't stay in the same spot. Right?
Unless, of course, you encounter it 10 times. And then it'll go to some cave. And
yeah, then you can catch it. But save your Master Ball for the roaming legendaries. Because those only appear once. And if you don't throw that Master Ball, you're not going to catch it. So don't use it. I repeat, do not use it on Xerneas, Yveltal. Any of those. Just don't waste it. That's a waste of a Master Ball. Alright, and I think that's pretty much everything. We've gone on for way too long. It's 11 minutes already. So that has been our tips. If you still haven't gotten the game, then which one should you get? Pokemon X or Y? That video will be down below. And I will be reviewing these games sometime in the future, hopefully soon. But I can't promise anything because school is a pain.
I agree.
Okay, well, that has been Magic Official. This has been Shadowcat. Her YouTube's in the description. And we will catch you later. Peace.